So continuing that aspect again, okay. So under this very first, I would like to provide you information. I can't say discussion is there because online mode is there. NIRF means at national level, Ministry of Human Resource Development. Now it is Ministry of Education, Government of India. In 2015, they have come out with a novel idea of ranking each and every higher education institutes in this country under NIRF scheme. It is across the country in various categories and subjects. Why I am saying categories and subjects? They are conducting evaluation process. They are seeking information from the organization, and then accordingly they have certain parameters. I will show you those parameters also. And through those parameters, they are ranking different organizations. When they are ranking different organizations, one is the organization as a whole they are ranking. Another one is organization under different category they are ranking, and organization under different subjects they are ranking. For example, if I say science faculty, arts faculty, commerce faculty, engineering faculty, all these faculties separately they are ranking. Not only that they are ranking, they are doing subject work domain wise ranking also. So subject, physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, all these subjects separately also being ranked. So as an institution, you have advantage that you can look at your performance, you can look at your quality based on comprehensive category and subject domain wise also. This is NIRF. Very important aspect, though you may find difference in parameters also, in weightage also when we are talking of NIRF, when we are talking of NEC, when we are talking of NBA. As far as NIRF framework of ranking is concerned, they have come out with the decision at executive level. This is management, that they will be having 5 parameters: teaching, learning and resources, research and professional practices. Professional practices, when they are talking of, again, profession related practices they are talking of. Then graduation outcomes. So very important aspect is that those who are not having curriculum, outcome based curriculum, they are having traditional curriculum, please convert them into outcome based curriculum so that you can apply for NBA compulsorily, and even in NIRF you are having this graduation outcome. For all these 5 parameters, they have given weightage also. Now look at everywhere, whether we talk of NEC, whether we talk of NBA, or whether we talk of NIRF, everywhere one thing common is they have taken teaching, learning and resources as one of the parameters. They have talked of teaching, learning process compulsorily, and they have given more weightage compared to other parameters to this particular aspect. So my suggestion to all of you, whether you go for an IRF, you go for NEC, or you go for NBA, everywhere teaching learning process is finding much importance. So please concentrate on that, and this cannot be done in one day only. You have to tune your teachers. You have to think of your teachers. You have to improve the quality of teaching in your teacher. So ask your institution to develop a mechanism wherein each and every teacher of the subject, each and every teacher of the particular course should be undertaking teaching learning process through experiential learning, through active learning. Most of the time now practice is that teacher goes to the class and lecture. Situations are changing now. So think of teaching, learning and resources little more bit. And think of experiential learning, think of project-based learning, think of problem-based learning, think of making them in team teaching practices, think of working in teams, whether we are undertaking project as a student or something different task. When they are doing community work, think of that. So teaching, learning, and resources with different names you will find that a NAC, NIRF, or NBA, all the three are having roughly half of the weightage to this particular parameter. So you have to do a lot of work on that aspect. Research and professional practice. I think all of you will agree with me as a part of responsibility of higher education institute teacher at any level, whether professor, associate professor, or assistant professor, at any level, you will find research is given due importance. Research is one of the main component of the duties of the teacher. Again, I will repeat, teaching learning process or evaluation process, then undertaking that curriculum and planning process, and then thinking of research. So three aspects are extension services, research, or education or teaching learning. These three are the main responsibilities of a higher education teacher. And when teaching learning is occupying 0.4 or 40% weightage, we have to think of this choice that how to have conduct teaching learning process. I have mentioned already. Research also is finding different place and not less important. Whether you go for patenting as a basic subject teacher, so go for patenting your researcher. Go for undertaking researchers, community-based researchers where community is getting benefit of that. Try to have those who are from computer, I will request them to try to help other departments for data mining and data analysis also. So whatever inputs you are available in your organization, I think every department is having some kind of data available with them. It's not always that research is to be conducted fresh. Whatever data is available, you do that, you analyze that, you report that, you prepare a report also that. That is all sort of researchers view. So think of that indirect. Then graduation outcomes, whether we are talking of NEC through UGC, whether we are talking of NBA, both these organizations are now saying that curriculum development should be based on the philosophy of graduate outcomes. Define each course. So there is a hierarchy there. Hierarchy is where we say outcomes means program level outcomes, POs, course level outcomes, COs, and third category I am adding, that is learning outcomes at lower level. So at all the levels, you have to think of, you have to tune your curriculum suiting to the outcomes. And how you can do that? You can do that by way of mentioning outcomes and then mapping those outcomes with the courses, with the content of the program. So outcome is must. Think of outcomes. NBA already given you graduate outcome, generic outcome, irrespective of the discipline or the program. Think of that. For polytechnic system, they have given 9-10 outcomes. For engineering system, they have given, including pharmacy, law, and all these, they have given 12 outcomes. And those outcomes are defined already. So you have to have those outcomes. Of course, you can tune those outcomes looking into the requirement of the subject. So you can think of, there is another, so PO, CO. In between, there is another outcome also, PSO, program specific outcome. Generic outcomes are 12, and you can think of adding 2-3, maximum 2-3 outcomes as program specific outcome, that is PSO. So again, look at 25% weightage is there. So 1/4 weightage is there. And if you just look at the first three, which is in your hand, teaching learning is in your hand, research is in your hand, writing curriculum is in your hand, checking attainment of outcome is in your hand, designing curriculum on outcome based approach is in your hand. So just looking at, you can think of 40, 15 on this. 80% almost you are getting out of that. So prepare yourself, clever preparing. Those who are intelligent coordinators, they are doing like that, that these are to be. Of course, when we are talking of inclusivity, you cannot bring inclusivity without having your students enrollment of different sects and religion. So inclusivity, outreach, community outreach, you can think of. They are just 10%. Three, concentrate on three. In between also, teaching learning is breaked into different. So you just think of student strength, including doctoral students, faculty student ratio. In the earlier discussion, I have talked to you. Combined matrix of faculty with PhD or experience. So quality of the teacher is there, financial resources and their utilization is there. And then research combined metrics for publication, quality of publication. I think all of you now is well aware of that. When we are talking of quality publication, there should be indexed, your paper, your study should be indexed in some of the reputed ones. Scorpio is there, different organizations are there. I would not like to mention right now because time is not there. But whatever you are publishing, publish in standard based journal. Pick up journal where you will be getting your rating also. For example, UGC care is there. So identify only those journals, only those magazines where you are having care inclusion, where you are having a Scorpio, or where you are many other things. So your research, when you are including your research, keep in mind beforehand that research should not go in waste. Then financial resource and their utilization. When we are talking of, published and granted, yes, patents are there, IPR, or patents, people think of that, published and granted. Now, important part is, from you should have, as an organization, you should, when you are correlating, when you are interacting with other institution, you can think of exchanging grant. You might not be having in the position to fund one particular research topic. So ask another organization which you are well versed of and which is having expertise in that particular area to join you as a collaborative researcher. So collaborative research finance you can calculate through experience also, involvement also. So think of that notional finance you are getting by way of having another faculty support from any other organization. Footprints of the project and professional practices also think of. So think of, break down these parameters and think of your own. So critically analyze the situation first, what is being required from us, what is being required to be mentioned in our self report. Graduation outcomes, metrics for university examinations are there, metrics for number of PhD students graduated is there. Here, graduated word is not graduation. Graduated means pass outs. Outreach and inclusivity. These are nowadays peer perception is there. So if we look at even NIRF ranks, ranking methodology, ranking process, you will find input. They have taken care of input. in the form of resources. They have taken care of process also to bring in teaching, learning, and resources there. They have taken up output also, that is, they are going to employer. Okay. Regional diversity. So, what my request will be that you have to have, sorry, one important aspect. Let me discuss with you. Perception. This is one of the important aspects, and in NEC also it is there, in NBA also it is there, and in NIRF also it is there. So once you are preparing for one organization, you will be having all these three in your control. Try to develop documentation as far as possible, because nothing is verbal. No things are required in verbal format. They are providing metrics, qualitative metrics, quantitative metrics. So based on that, you have to fill up the data, you have to provide the information, and based on that, they will be processing. So what they are doing is self-analysis you do at your institute level, submit that SAR, self-appraisal report or self-evaluation report, and let them analyze that. So third eye is viewing your performance. Internal viewing is not there. Third person is looking at your. So perception, when we are talking of perception, actually, wherever your pass outs are getting employment, they are asking those employers about the courses they have learned, what type of quality of students they are getting as a pass out. Academic peers also they can think of. So perception, when you are submitting a report of the peer perception on this count, think of contacting employers, and it will be possible only when their students are getting employment. So this is outcome based approach. So if you look at all the 5 parameters, you will find that input, process, and output, all the 3 dimensions are taken care of. Whole higher education system is taken care of. Whole institutes work is taken care of, and that's why we say take care of that. This is little bit of NIRF. Now let's come to the NEC. NEC, you are well versed with that. I think most of you are knowing NEC. I know it's very important part also. NEC means National Assessment and Accreditation Council. I think it is in 1994, and almost in 95 and 6 I was associated with this. They have conducted our orientation sessions also as an evaluator. So they were calling all the evaluators for orientation sessions. Then only they are sending to the field. It was the practice of the NEC. Now also I hope they are continuing with that. So accredited evaluators are there, accredited by the organization. I think you must be interested in knowing the history of that NEC. There in technical education or in general education, institutes are required to be autonomous. They should not be in relation to some organization. So this NEC also assumed autonomy from UGC with headquarters at Bangalore. I think all of you must be knowing that it is now independent body of UGC. It is autonomous institution of the UGC. I think even not in Delhi, in Bangalore it is headquarters. So from Bangalore itself they are working. And very rightly they have mentioned, think of importance, look at the importance of each and every word. Facilitate volunteering institutions. अब देखिए, they have not dictated you, they are not given mandate also that you have to go for definitely. But they are saying they are facilitating volunteering institutions, those who are volunteering means those who are interested in getting their ranks to be decided, to be indicated, so that in future they can think of improvement further. So they are doing the role of facilitator. इनके लिए voluntary institutions for what? Assess their performance by a set parameter. One sentence is clearly saying accreditation conducted by, undertaken by NAC is to facilitate self-evaluation. Only to those organizations which are volunteering that. But it will convert into mandate also now, because I have given you number of organizations undergone NBA, 40 to 50% only. So they have to compel now. Under set for performance parameters, I think, or we will be discussing that later. So three important aspects again I would like to repeat is, one is they are facilitating self-assessment of the organization. They are saying we are not making it compulsory. Volunteering institutions, those who are interested in facilitation should come to us. And when they are assessing by a set parameters. So parameters are there. I think NEC is having 7 parameters. Through introspection, अपने को एनालाइज करिए, क्रिटिकल एनालाइज कीजिए, एनालिटिकल एनालाइज कीजिए, एंड इम्प्रूव योर प्रोसेस, इम्प्रूव योर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स with the participation of the institution. That is, your participation is assured because you have given self-appraisal report. Only you have arrived at your document. Only they are simply assisting you to facilitate organization. Set parameters are there. Purpose क्या है? I think this is another way of looking at making NEC accreditation compulsory. Making NEC accreditation, I think, mandatory, because institutes to know its strength, weakness, opportunities. You look at all these sentences, you will find that one of the greatest purposes is to improve the quality, to think of each and every element through the parameter process. Because parameter wise report, just now I was discussing with madam who was asking question, that for each parameter, whatever 7 parameters they have, for each parameter they are submitting report at the end. So accreditation is giving you what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are your opportunities. Through informed review process, they are sending team also, they are relying on your self-assessment, they are having document verification, and based on all these, they are having qualitative metrics or quantitative metrics. And NEC is having this, and large number of around 30, 40, 50 metrics are there to be filled. So where you require for improvement, where you require further improvement, where you are very less, where you are good. So all these type of information is one of the purpose of accreditation. Funding agency. Now, I think those who are from teacher education institutions, they might have noticed that they have given 4-year integrated B.Ed program only to those institutions who are having more than B. So A and onward, they have only considered. So this is indirectly making an organization recognize the importance of the accreditation process by NEC. Because if you are not having NEC accreditation in A grade and A and above grade, you will not be given that facility. Likewise, performance funding. Different funding organizations will provide you fund only if you are having A and above grade. I think many organizations are there, and when you are asking for conducting faculty development program, when you are asking for conducting research, some funding is required. They will look at your performance as NEC output. So funding is dependent on your NAC accreditation process and that too A plus level process. So all these are actually indirectly saying to you, which is in your faith also, which is in your help also, that you go for accreditation. And now South, I know, South is very good as far as accreditation is concerned. So many of the South organizations are following NAC rigorously. And that's why Madam said that fourth phase is there. So one, two, three is already there. But my request to Madam again, just by chance it came to my mind, that it should not go down. You have to search for that why it is going down A plus A and leaving aside some kind of fault. You can think of deviations, matlab with the reality, maybe something plus minus 1 or plus minus 2, 10% or 20%. Always chance is there. So purpose of accreditation is to have self-assessment. Purpose of accreditation is to look for the grant, to have funding, to have different courses also. If you want to add courses, you have to go for accreditation. So this is to be looked into. I think again, as earlier also I have mentioned, NEC, number of higher institutions, college, universities, 362, colleges, 675. Only 6538 institutions are accredited as on 23rd May 24. Latest data is there. This is the kind of, I have given you number of universities also in the country. I have given you number of colleges also in the country. And now I am giving you out of that how many are accredited, how many are not accredited. As far as universities are concerned, colleges are concerned. So you can calculate that percentage also. What is the status of accreditation? NEC accreditation as per higher education institutes are concerned, and that too latest one. All figures are available in NEC on NEC portal also. You open that, you yourself will find that total number of accredited organizations you are getting. Divisions also you are getting, discipline wise also you are getting. So you just think, take that website, open that and look at that. As an example, I have given you all this. Those who are interested in NEC accreditation, those who are working as coordinator of the NEC process, those who are preparing for NEC, they must know that we have three different criteria and weightage also differs. What are those three different? Three different are university is having separate criteria and weightage. Autonomous institutes are having separate criteria, are same, weightage is different. Likewise, affiliated undergraduate or affiliated postgraduate courses, those institutions who are running affiliated undergraduate courses, affiliated PG courses, they are having different weightage. And it's obvious also, you may ask me, if you look at critically on these parameters, you will find that when we are handling affiliated undergraduate and affiliated postgraduate courses, their curriculum development, curricular aspect, which is one of the important criteria of NEC accreditation, it is not in the hands of those universities. Affiliated colleges are supposed to employ the curriculum provided by the university and by the Board of Studies and academic council level. So weightage is reduced that. You look at the 350 weightage is 300 is 200 is there. ये इधर कम होगा, अंडर ग्रेजुएट में ये वेटेज कम होता जाता. So all these parameters, 7 parameters I was talking of, curricular aspects, teaching, learning and evaluation, because I am also personally of the view that evaluation is an integral part of teaching learning process. So continuous evaluation, formative evaluation, format is there, then end of the term semester evaluation is also there. So whole exercise you are getting, this is something dependent on affiliated colleges that they should go for this. And that's why highest weightage is given. Now look at weightage comparison, you will find that 350 weightage is there for teaching, learning and evaluation. Again, I would say, as we were having the NIRF, here also criteria given much importance is teaching, learning and evaluation. So weightage of 350 is given there out of 1000. This is to be kept in mind, and effort should be done in this direction only to improve teaching, learning and evaluation. Research, 110 weightage, and third one is student support and progress. Whether you are having campus facilities there, whether you are having student support system, you are having guidance center there, you are having grievance redressal center also. So all kind of student support and progression is required to get 140 marks or marks out of